sick of the lose, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to glow. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the lows, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to glow. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the lows, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to grow. Sick of the lows. I've been drifting. I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping, losing grip of myself. I feel different. I keep falling off the world's edge. I'll never sleep no more. I'll never sleep no more. I've been drifting. I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping, losing grip of myself. I feel distant. I keep falling off the world's edge. I'll never sleep no more. I'll never sleep no more. Fuck a silver lining. I just wanna feel right again. I just really wanna feel how I felt back then when it felt real, so real. Yeah. When I wake at 5 a.m., I don't really wanna fight again. I just really wanna feel her skin on my skin, her breath on my neck. I've been drifting. I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping, losing grip of myself. I feel different. I keep falling off the world's edge. I'll never sleep no more. I'll never sleep no more. I've been drifting. I keep falling off the deep end. I've been slipping.
Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Monday. Gonna go over charts. Not much has really changed or happened. Do see a potential reversal, however, not too sure. I don't really like the two giant wicks here, but gonna talk about stocks first. So, one thing, and then actually later in the stream, we are gonna cover something about crypto exchanges and what's happening to the crypto space moving forward. But first things first, stocks. So, very, very, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Complicated situation. So you have a lot of people who believe the bottom's in because we, yet again, have bounced, what is this? We've bounced 6% from a very large drop. You have to remember we dropped around 20%. This bounce, to me, looks like a dead cat bounce so far. Nothing has really changed systematically. Big thing. So we have a lot of people think the bottom's in. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys something here. Every asset in world history is in a bubble, or was in a bubble, and is now starting to come down. Every asset is overvalued. Every asset and all of the money printed was backed by nothing. And a lot of people think that a 20% or 25%, I believe, about a 27% downside for the S&P 500 means that the macro bear market bottom is in, when on average bear market bottoms see about 35%. And again, guys, we're talking about everything in the world is overvalued, right? Credit bubbles at all-time high. Inflation is getting to all-time high. I mean, obviously not all-time high, but in a rate of growth and not slowing down with how heavy interest rates are coming in, it's hardly coming down at all. So you have all of these factors in play, yet people believe the bottom's in. And, you know, basically inflation will peak and the bottom will eventually be in. But inflation hasn't peaked yet. you still have PPI going up, CPI going up, commodities breaking out, oil continuing to go up. Europe is having blackouts. Like, the problem keeps getting worse. And obviously, you know, there's that saying, things are, when everyone is terrified, that's when the bottom's in. Well, I don't see people in the States terrified. No, people don't even know what's happening around them. They're too busy watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians to even notice. What's up, Mike? What's up, yes, sir? Doing pretty good, man. I'm going on a fishing trip this week, so unfortunately won't be streaming Wednesday and Friday. What's up, Ark? How's it going? What is up? Hello, Bulls and Bears. Hello to you too. I don't know how you say your name, so I took my best shot at it. I don't know if you literally just smashed your keyboard and just a bunch of shit came up, but whatever. Still seeing this 3 descending peaks. I just find it hard to believe the bottom's in. But what's clear to me is this is a big area of support, right? I think if we lose the 3,600 to 3,575 area, things look ugly. And looking on the daily, I don't consider this a double bottom. Not at all. When your right side is lower than your left, not a double bottom. So I'm having a hard time seeing the reversal. Now, could this just be some chop before we go down? Absolutely. And in the meantime, we know that crypto will do its thing while that happens. I think that's the most likely thing to happen, right? We don't really have anything up until midterms in accordance to big financial events. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong here, because we just had CPI. And CPI came in pretty horrible. Again, you guys have to remember, just because CPI isn't really moving, you have to remember it's not moving with the aggressive rate hikes we're getting. It's not moving, and it's still at 8, almost 10%, right? So it's still really, really bad. Cost of living for everyone has almost doubled. And I hate this narrative that things are only up like 10% and the value of everything is it's not that bad. Like, literally gas has doubled in the last year. All of my food has doubled in the last year, and I don't buy anything expensive. I buy like chicken, rice, pasta, sausage, cheese. Like, I'm not out here buying Wagyu steak. It's everything I pay for has doubled. Other than living, like the house payments have not doubled. So on Mayex Exchange, I've never heard of it. Never. This guy is the best crypto streamer. He called the 69 top. I didn't say 69K would be the top, but I knew we were getting close. I'm not like, guys, I'm not a genie or Jesus Christ. I don't just snap my fingers, call out a number, and that's it. But I know my way around big reversals and big uptrends. You know, I don't watch lower time frames. I watch higher time frames, like 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week. Gonna talk about some more stuff after we get through the stocks and regarding the crypto exchanges. So let's keep going. Nasdaq. Yeah, I don't consider this a double bottom. To me, it just looks like chop before we can continue going lower. Dow Jones, same thing, just a dead cat bounce. Again, guys, you have to remember we dropped 16%, and in crypto terms, it's like a 30% drop. I would fully expect a bounce after something like that. VIX, biggest indicator of a bear market bottom throughout basically all of the entire time the VIX has been around, and we've seen bear market or recession or bull market pullback bottom. So one thing to note is 45 is the indicator that the bottom is in. We are still 42% from that mark. Still very significantly far away. I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm not a big fractal guy, but there's a 2008 fractal of the VIX compared to now, and it's following it, but it's actually slightly forward in time. So we're actually beating the 2008 VIX by like, I think it's like a month or 2 months. Pretty much all foods have gone up by at least 50%. Yeah, and this, again, we've talked about on stream, this has a domino effect, right? Like, eventually people will run out of money. They won't be able to. Here's the thing. You're either running out of money and you say, okay, I wanted to buy this Apple Watch, but I have to use that money to buy food. So now Apple's losing profits. Apple's earnings go down. And, you know, I'm talking about one individual. Put it on a billion or 100 million billion person scale, and eventually the economy can't sustain itself, right? You need people. At least the economy in the United States relies on people spending money, earning money, creating new and innovative products. Basically, it runs itself. And when you have people not spending money, that's where shit hits the fan. And a lot of people get this notion that it's just like rich people that control the economy. Like, no, guys. Like, no, not at all. Okay? Yes, there are wealthy people that will spend heaps of money on stuff, right? But for every one wealthy person, there's a million, or maybe not a million, 100,000 people that will buy goods that are 10 times impactful. Like, you're a rich person buying a Lamborghini. Like, Lamborghini is never really going to be affected by recession, right? Like, people that are buying Lamborghinis have a ton of money, and the people that have a ton of money don't care about recession. But you have companies like Apple that will have less earnings, or you have companies like Samsung, Verizon. Like, people are willing to spend less. Maybe they cut back on their phone plan instead of extending it. Tire, like people that maybe they need to buy new tires for the car, but now they can't because they have to spend that money on food. Whatever. The examples go on and on. I got to stop skipping streams and be professional. When have I skipped a stream? After drop to 50K, you got very bearish. Oh, that was very helpful. Thank you, brother. Oh, no problem. From Zachariah. Wow, I botched that. The manufacturing company I work at just laid off half of its employees. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, now what happens when all these companies are making less money and they start firing people? So now you have more people that are making less money and spending less money. Yeah, I'm not like skipping streams. There's just not a lot to talk about, like, and I really appreciate the people that come and watch the live stream, guys, but like there's like a fifth of the amount of people in here. And I'm willing to live stream, but if nothing's happening in the market, what's the point, Like, there's literally not much to talk about. I'm trying to do it once or twice a week, but we've moved in a range for over 3 months and nothing has changed, right? Work as a grocery manager, our costs are insane. 25 years in the industry, it's got to stop soon. It has to. Yeah, I go MIA, but I post every fucking day. Like, dude, like, nothing's happening. No, there's nothing to talk about. That's the thing, is I'll talk and I live stream. Guys, I don't make so let's get one thing clear. I don't make any money live streaming, right? I do this out of I want to help people. I want to teach people, spread the good word. And I'm not paid. YouTube doesn't pay me. And if they do, or if they did, it'd be like $5 a month. So there's no incentive. Like, you guys gotta remember, like, yes, I trade, I make money, but I need incentives, right? And if there's nothing happening, or there's hardly any people watching, which, if there's hardly any people watching, I'll still do it here and there, but there's got to be an incentive, right? Like, and I'm not trying to like shoot you down or say you're wrong. Like, sure, I'll try and live stream more. People are asking, but that's why I try to post every day, at least on Twitter, give you a macro view, give you a realistic post. Guys, and if I'm not tweeting, it's not because I'm hiding something. It's because there's literally nothing to talk about. The market's done this for 4 months, literally in a tiny box, that for 4 months. When the market does that for 4 months, it's okay to not stare at a 15-minute or a 1 day every single day. Like, I'm hardly checking charts right now. You got to live to build rapport in your community. Dude, I've been live streaming for over a year, up until like the last 2 or 3 months, like every other day. So, and again, I think I have that rapport. I think a lot of people in the crypto community know me. They know my TA. A lot of people copy me and try to scam using my name. If I'm not live streaming, I always post. I'm always active in Discord. You guys, you can even ping me in the Discord. Like, if you have a question and I'm, in the Discord, you can ask me. I'm a pretty realistic guy. I'm willing to help. But also during the summer, I had said, and I didn't do my trading class over the summer because I was gone like every other week. I was either on a fishing trip, I was with the girlfriend somewhere, visiting friends. Like, I do stuff. When the weather's nice, I do stuff. In the winter, when the weather's colder and shitty and there's nothing to do, I will absolutely be live streaming in Discord and doing all this stuff more and more. Trust me. But before we continue anymore, let's actually talk about DXY. So DXY week, yeah. So one thing that I've told my students is I would not be surprised if we did this and continued going higher. It doesn't necessarily have to be, like this time frame. Like that's a year time frame, I believe. Yeah, that's a whole year. So I'm not thinking that's gonna happen. No, I don't even think that's a year. No, it would be because that's 2024. So we could do something like that and continue going higher. This would be a breakout, retest, and then continuation. Ultimately, this is in a huge parabolic uptrend. None of this is bearish. It was really funny seeing a lot of, and I know a lot of you guys get a kick out of this. It was really funny seeing posts that like this from like Game of Trades, like drew a parabola like that, and he was like, "Oh, it's a breakdown. Oh my God, it's a breakdown. We're DXY, it's going down. All the assets, we're going back into a bull market." Like, what? Like, no, that's not how trend lines work at all. Zero. That guy, he'll tweet something bullish and then he'll go make a YouTube video about being bearish and then he'll delete the tweet or vice versa. Pretty crazy. You recently discovered me. Well, welcome. Welcome. Very humble for someone who's already made it. Respect. Man, I haven't made it to where I want to be, but I appreciate it. And I wouldn't say I'm the most humble person in the world, but I try to at least be realistic. So, all right. Well, let's talk about some crypto shit real quick. So, 82 people in here. Glad to have you guys here. I try to live stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around 5 p.m. Eastern. Haven't been keeping up with that. I'll be honest, haven't been keeping up with that as much just because not a lot to talk about. Market's pretty much, again, going sideways. But I wanted to talk about this today. Excuse me. Gotta drink your water. First things first, I do have stuff, so sorry if that is bothering you guys. I don't know why. It's annoying. It's like allergies or something. But aside from that, there's a big thing coming to crypto exchanges. So all of these exchanges that we've used, including the one that I'm affiliated with, which is Bitkit, and I still am going to stay affiliated with them. I still full-heartedly believe they have the best crypto exchange. They have the best interface, the best management, the best leadership, yada, yada. I talk to them every day. I'm working on getting a private equity fund hooked up with them because I believe in them so much. They have a good, responsive dev team. Obviously, guys, if you guys have a bunch of questions, concerns, yada, yada for them, it's going to be harder for them to respond to hundreds and thousands of people in a timely manner. That's just how customer service works. They're not a huge company, right? They're not a Binance. And even so, Binance is horrible. Binance is the worst at customer service. But aside from that, the SEC is regulating crypto exchanges. All of the top exchanges, and I believe including Binance and Coinbase, which both are regulated, but now they're under more pressure. You have the SEC cracking down on regulation. So XRP, for example, isn't a regulated asset class, or it's considered a security. So these unregulated exchanges can't have XRP on there. Like, you can't trade it. That's why Binance US, you can't trade XRP if you're from the US and use Binance US. So here's the big thing. One, this isn't just happening to Bitkit, and I've tried to explain this in Discord because there's a huge warning message. Like, if you open up Bitkit, I'll open up mine and trying to see if you guys can see. So if you open up Bitkit, this is on my phone. Excuse me, I'm trying to get the warning thing. So if you open up Bitkit, you're gonna get this message, right? I'll let you guys see it. So basically what it's saying is you can't, it doesn't support customers from North Korea, Singapore, China, Syria, Afghanistan, Cuba, United States. That is there because at some point the SEC, at least in 2023, those regulations are coming into play. Now, the good news with Bitkit is they're working on getting regulated. So if you're interested in a better exchange, I would highly, highly suggest them. Two things you can do to avoid this. Obviously, VPN. You should probably be using a VPN anyways if you're into crypto, just to avoid being hacked or getting any of your data stolen. Especially nowadays when you can literally hack anything and it's just there and available. If you guys didn't know, like social media websites like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, like they have all your data. They have your passwords. They have everything. Like it's crazy. So, I'm using Bitkit as an example because I'm affiliated with them, but I believe OKX, KuCoin or KuCoin, whatever, FTX, all of these exchanges are under a ton of pressure from the SEC. And will they get regulated? Most likely, I believe FTX will get regulated. They're huge, right? They make a ton of money. They need their U.S. base. So just to give a heads up, figured people would want to know that it's going to be a pretty big deal. But the good news is a lot of them, I know Bitkit especially, is working towards getting regulated, which is good. We need this. We need exchanges to be regulated. You want the SEC to have your back. You really do. How's my day been? Pretty good. It's like pretty bad weather. I went to the gym, played with my dog, ate a sandwich. Didn't do a whole lot. How do we get fiat on Bitkit? It doesn't seem like to let that happen. They're working on that. So what you can do is either transfer USDC or USDT, and then either trade with that and then transfer that. Bitkit's pretty good with withdrawals. Like they're amazing. And if you ever needed to withdraw to USD, you can either use another exchange or you could probably use another exchange. I think you can go back through your bank account. I haven't yet. I haven't withdrawn anything. How's the dog? Still with pulled muscle? He's good. He's like asleep right behind me. I don't know if you can see him. I think you can see him. Yeah, he's asleep behind me. All right, let's get into the crypto TA. So total kind of in this bear flag still. Looking a lot like 2018, if I'm going to be honest with you. Doing that same kind of like really long, boring bear flag that we saw here. Doing the same thing here, just kind of bouncing around before we inevitably fall down. I still don't believe the macro bottom is in. Doesn't make sense. But Tether Dominance, big thing here. We could be looking at a double top, and in my opinion, I don't think this is a double top. I think this is more going to consolidate and then break out. So what this means is during this period of consolidation, Bitcoin could see a nice upward move. There's obviously lots of divergence in RSI and MACD. So for me, I am medium term slightly bullish on crypto. I'm looking for long entries. I took one yesterday, right? I took one yesterday at 19,100. So I'm not up a whole lot. It's like a 2%. So not out here killing it, but at least I have a good entry. And my stops are break even. But yeah, lots of divergence. We're going to possibly see a move up. Again, divergence isn't everything. Just because you see divergence doesn't mean reversal. We could literally do this and then go up. That's always a possibility. Bitcoin Daily. Let's get into this. So one thing that I wanted to talk about, and I tweeted this morning, is I see this. I see a very nice double bottom here. My only problem is we have a giant wick here and a giant wick here. I've never seen a double bottom play out looking like that. So to me, it doesn't fit a double bottom description. And let's even open up a line. But when we open up our line, it does look like a clean double bottom. So we could be seeing a double bottom here. We could see a reversal. If you're not in a trade yet, I would either wait for a retest of 19.4, 19.350, or a breakout of 20,500. Normally you'll get something like this. Let's look at some lower time frames. So 4 hour, and this is where it doesn't look like a double bottom to me. This does not look like a double bottom. And even though the daily somewhat does, I just don't see it here. Plus, I just don't see the volume coming in. Like, yes, it came in once, but we wicked, right? That's not a full candle. It just shows a lot of volatility there. Let's look at like a 1 hour. I mean, if we continue to consolidate here, I'll definitely consider adding to my long, or holding it. But for now, yes, we do have like a 1 hour bull flag, but even still, it's not looking the best. Like, it's not looking as clean of a setup as I'd like it to be. Those wicks are on, I believe, every chart. Here's Coinbase. Here's Binance. And here's Bitstamp. They're on every chart. So November 2nd, so we got to watch for November 2nd. I don't invest in gold and silver. No. Primarily because gold is doing the exact same thing the stock market's doing. It even had a perfect double top, and it confirmed. I fully see gold going to like 1,500-ish, if not lower. Yeah, those wicks aren't like, that's not like a scam thing on any exchange. It's like on every exchange right now. Oh, look at this. We've got the best adult dating site. Shit. Any of you single lads gonna hit that site? Let me know how it is. Ah, now I gotta ban this guy. How do we get these, man? It's crazy. Now I gotta figure out how to do this. I'll figure it out later. I'm just... Do I use TD sequential? I don't know what that is. So, no, I don't use it. Unfortunately. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Someone said Ethereum. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't consider this a double bottom with the giant wick. Excuse me. Even the 4 hour. Someone asked if this is a cup and handle. I don't trade cup and handle patterns. I think cup and handle patterns are not quite as useful. I've never found them. I've never found them to work. Is the only problem, right? I think Ethereum is more or less just consolidating in a bear flag. Like you have a very clear bear flag here. Unfortunately, and I can imagine that a lot of people might have shorted this. I did not. I don't really trade altcoins in the bear market, even shorting it, at least especially when they're down as far as we are. At this point, I'm DCAing. I'm not really looking for big shorts. Gold bugs will be furious. Yeah, guys, every asset, it doesn't matter what it is, like loses value during a recession because demand for everything goes down. People are, they're not spending money. They're hoarding the money. That's why the DXY goes up and everything goes down. And once things are, going down or very low, that's when you start looking for, like to buy stuff. That's why I've already started DCAing crypto. Like I've already started buying crypto. I don't care if we go down to 12K. Like if we do, great, I'll buy down here. I started buying all in this area, right? I'm not buying a lot. I'm not even buying 1% of my DCA portfolio a week. I'm just buying a little bit here and there every week. If you're unfamiliar with the DCA, definitely research it. It's literally the way generational money is made. This idea that you get rich quick or you just catch the tail end of the bull run and you make 100x in some altcoin, yeah, it's not likely. If that was the case, then everyone would be making a ton of money. DCAing and what? That Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then a couple of altcoins. I don't trade altcoins because they're literally useless to trade and don't follow TA up until the end of the bull run. Why are you guys so focused on alts? Like literally just DCA, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. You'll make a 50x. Like people don't realize that Ethereum literally did an 80x last bear market bottom. Like guys, like JP Morgan wants to use Ethereum. Like it did a 75x from the bottom, right? If you would have DCA'd all throughout this bear market, literally all throughout it, even if you averaged right in the middle, say you averaged right about $200, you still would have made a 2,320% return. Like that's unreal. If you have $10,000, I believe you made 200K. Like guys, you don't need to invest in some altcoin, especially when probably after this bear market, most of these altcoins won't ever reach their previous all-time highs. That's usually how it goes. There's 20,000 altcoins. I've always told people focus on what actually matters and avoid all of these like gambling coins. Like most of them are just scams anyways. Yeah, I think Link does have potential. And at the end of the day, guys, you should be DCing what you believe in. Like I'm DCing because I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then two other altcoins. I'm not like you guys could say, "Oh, what about this? What about that? What about this?" Like, okay, if you're bullish and you think that is going to work out, then DCA into it. Like I don't read about every single altcoin. I don't have time to read about all of this and all of that, and what is this project doing? What is this dev team doing? And yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't have time for that shit, all right? If you are bullish on, let's say you're bullish on DOT. If you're bullish on DOT, DCA into DOT. Like, I don't have time to deal with all that shit, so I'm not going to. If DOT does a 100x next bull run and Link does a 50x, I don't care. I made a ungodly amount of money regardless, right? Like, don't be greedy. DCA in the projects you believe in. If it works out for you, excellent. I'm always going to say I would stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum as your main placeholders and then do a couple of altcoins aside from that. All right, let's look at Ethereum to Bitcoin dominance. So I'm still thinking that we visit the 0.055 level. I'm not seeing anything that's bullish. We're just kind of in this giant range, unfortunately. I'd like to see us bottom here to get like a nice bear market relief rally. Like maybe we get something like that. Ethereum does another huge move to the upside against Bitcoin. But you guys can see we're already retracing on Bitcoin. Like I'm not considering that to be a double bottom. Look at this. We're already breaking that flag. So if we draw this flag, we're already breaking below it, right? So we're even seeing a potential double top. I mean, it's a little wonky, but it still is a potential double top. But we're already breaking down from that. So, like I said, not a lot going on. We're probably going to visit, the high 18s, lower 19s again. Hopefully. Hopefully we get a setup or just break this range. I'd like to see something happen, right? Like nothing's happening. So I don't know what Aptos is. Many pro traders are calling for 8K bottom. Who are the pro traders that are calling for an 8K bottom? And let me give you this perspective. DCAing is a small, let's say you have $100,000. You're DCAing like $500 to $1,000 a week, right? That's over a 2 to 4 year time period. Let's say, and I'm going to zoom out completely here. I'm going to give you guys probably the best piece of advice on DCAing you're ever going to hear. Let's say you're extremely bullish on Bitcoin and you want to make a bunch of money. And let's say the bottom is 8K. Let's say it's 8K bottom, right? We are down. Or let's say we either hit 8K or we've bottomed now. Okay, so the scenario is we either bottom now or we bottom at 8K. Okay, so two options. You could either start your DCA now or you could gamble with the fact that we go down to 8K. Now here's the thing. DCA, 0.5 to 1% a week. We are down 74% from all-time highs. I believe it's like 76% if you go from top wick to bottom wick. So we're down about 75% from all-time highs. Okay, let me say this one more time. We are down 75% from all-time highs. Why in the fuck are you not DCAing right now? Right? Like, who is telling you that right now is a bad time to invest? And a lot of you guys, you're retail investors. Maybe you're inexperienced. Maybe you have some experience. Who in the fuck is telling you not to buy right now? And or are those people the same people telling you to buy at between 50 and 60K? Go back in their history. You can do it easily on Twitter. It's very easy. But I'd love to know the pro traders that are telling you, because here's the thing. nobody knows where the bottom is, right? I could tell you that, maybe it's 12K, maybe it's 8K. What if it is 12K and 8K? Then you bought some at 19K, right? We're going to range. And even if it is 8K, we're going to range here for a year, right? So, okay, wow. You bought 5% of your DCA portfolio in that range, and then we broke down. Oh, great. Now you get to buy even lower over a longer period of time. Okay, but let's say 8K doesn't happen. Let's say the markets reverse, something crazy happens, a fucking UFO crashes into Earth with trillions and trillions of alien dollars that are made of gold or some shit. Okay, now the market's bottomed, everything's going crazy. Oh, you didn't DCA in here. Let's say this just keeps going like this for a whole 2 years. But while you were waiting for 8K, the greatest investment opportunity of your life was sitting in front of you. Minus 75%, let me add. But you were too busy waiting for 8K. Now, if we were at 40K, like when we were at 40K, was that a good time to DCA? No, it wasn't. Look at prior bear markets. We dropped about 70 to 80%. Every single bear market in Bitcoin's history. I was one of the only people saying the bottom wasn't in. Now everyone's joined Team Roman, and now they're saying, bottom's not in, we're going lower. You know what I'm saying? All those people were wrong then, and they're going to be wrong now, right? I don't think it's going to bottom at 8K. I don't even know if we go to 12K. I still believe the bottom's not even in, and I don't even know if we're going to go lower. Gareth Soloway is always right. I can guarantee you that he is not always right. I've seen hundreds of tweets from him that he's not right, and he's probably right like 30% of the time. You just see all the tweets where he's right, or you get validation from the tweets he's right. I'm not even right all the time, right? I'm not even right. I'm a pretty damn good trader, and I'm not always right. Shit, if I was always right, I'd be on a yacht right now. Damn. But instead, I'm talking to all you fine people. I don't even know what Gareth Soloway even looks like. That's how much I don't care about him. And guys, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Gareth. What fucking name is Gareth? What kind of name is that? You're gonna trust a guy named Gareth? Like, no. You're gonna tell me if a guy walks up to you at a bar, right? And he's like, "Hey man, you want a beer?" And you're like, "Sure. What's your name, man?" And he goes, "Gareth." You're going to fucking trust him not to drug your beer and take you home and kill you, Dahmer style? You kidding me? Trusting a guy named Gareth? Gareth's the kid that sits in the back of the class that, like, draws swastikas on the desk. Wouldn't trust that kid with anything. Wouldn't even give him a pencil. But you're going to trust some guy named Gareth. And I'm pretty sure... Let me look this guy up. I've seen a tweet or two from him, but I don't really. And granted, I don't follow other people's analysis. I don't give a shit what other people say because at the end of the day, I'm the one pulling the trigger. Gareth Soloway. Oh, here he is. Almost 200,000 followers, 20+ year master trader. So if he's 20+ year master trader, where's the proof? This guy is balding. This guy, hold on. Tell me you're going to trust that guy? You trust a fucking guy that doesn't even have hair on his head? It looks like that? Dude, if this guy walked up to me, I'd slap him in the face. But this brings me to my point. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Gareth says. It doesn't matter what Income Shark says. It doesn't matter what Agris says. At the end of the day, guys, you need to be the one that pulls the trigger and does your own fucking research. Because if you look at one person and they're wrong, or maybe they were saying something but doing something different, you guys remember, this is Twitter. Okay, I could tell you, I could have been telling you this whole time that I was bearish, but I was buying every fucking fake bottom. Right? I wasn't. I can show my orders if I need to, but And granted, I'm one of the only people on Twitter that shows buy and sell orders. But aside from that, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. You need to take responsibility yourself and stop trusting everybody on Twitter to make decisions for you. Right? Like, I'm sitting here I'm telling you, I don't think the bottom's in, right? I don't think it is. But just in case it's not, we are 75% below all-time highs. I do fully believe, the next bull run is going to be enormous. Why? We're going to have a new wave of investors. There's this new generation, which my younger brother, he's in his... my younger brother and a couple of my younger cousins, they're like 16 to 20, right? They're going to get jobs. They're tech savvy. They're investment savvy. Their parents were investing. They saw all the investment shit, but they weren't legal to start their own accounts. All of these people that saw all the money people made from COVID and couldn't legally sign up for an account or couldn't trade because they didn't have money to are going to, right? Trading is so available to people now. You can literally go on your phone, type in Robinhood or type in Coinbase and start buying shit, right? Jeff Bezos is bald, but Jeff Bezos is Jeff Bezos. Like, that's not a terrible comparison. Jeff Bezos built Amazon. Gareth Soloway just says he's a 20-year master trader with no proof. And yeah, that's all I got. And no hair. Jesus. I would never, ever let that guy buy me a beer. Ever. And I would totally let people buy me beers, and I would never let him do it. Next bull run going to be in 2025. We want to be rich now, not in a couple years. See, this is your problem. You want to get rich quick. Good luck. This is not a get rich quick scheme, right? I'm not a day trader. I don't trade with leverage. And it's funny, like, people are like, oh, you only use 1 times leverage. Yeah, I trade with like $500,000, right? Like, why the fuck would I need to use leverage? If I make a 10% trade, I just made your fucking yearly salary. Get out of my fucking Twitter comments. Like, please. Ridiculous. You're also wanting to get rich. Like, you're like, oh, I want to get rich now. Next bull run's in 2025. Okay, you don't know when the next bull run is, so shut the hell up. 2, how in the fuck are you going to make money on a range that's only in the last 30 days has moved 13%? Okay, you going to put 100 times leverage on and nail these trades? Because I guarantee you won't. Most people don't. Almost nobody does. So this whole, I want to get rich now, I'm impatient. Like, you should have fucking got rich 2 years ago when the whole bull run happened. And I had bought between 3 and 6K. And I had sold between 50K. And I bought a couple alts and made a couple 10,000, tens of thousands of dollars in trades. But no, you sat and wanted to trade Doge at the top and Sheeb at the top, or you didn't care about crypto or whatever. That's your own fucking problem. You want to get rich quick now? Like, good luck, dude. Like, good. Let me know when you do. What are the other 2 coins besides Ethereum and Bitcoin? They're 2 coins that I decided. And I'm not giving them out for your own benefit because I want you guys to buy coins that you believe in and aren't based on what I'm doing. And you will appreciate what I just said later down the line. Because although, I'm pretty accurate with TA. I'm pretty good at what I do. But at the end of the day, guys, my job in this space has always been to teach people and get them independent. How on earth am I making independent people if they continuously disregard everything anyone else says or disregard any research they've done and just base everything they've done on me? I'm not 100% correct. The 2 altcoins I've chosen could go to 0 tomorrow. Right? Like, all right, that's all I had today. Probably won't be live streaming Wednesday and Friday. Fishing trip. I told you guys about the crypto exchange regulation that's coming. You can still use Bitkit. You might have to use a VPN if you're from the States. I highly suggest using BitGet. You get a 15% fee reduction, and it's the lowest fees offered by any exchange if you use my link. With all that said, guys, please, I know, try and think a little independently, because during this bear market, you have every opportunity in the world to walk away 10 to 100 times richer than you are right now if you play your cards right. And maybe that means buying a little bit early because we're 75% below all-time highs. Well, that's it, guys. Please be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.